Next one is a NordShield and Kristoffer Ekman, and we will start with the video.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kristoffer Ekman, and I'm the CEO of NordShield. I'd like to start by thanking Business Finland for arranging this venue and for giving us the opportunity to take part in it. There's one thing that our dedicated team at NordShield strongly shares, and that's our vision. What we strive at is to eliminate the usage of harmful and non-renewable substances in especially antimicrobial treatments. Each and every day, both you and I fight the invisible threat of both viruses, bacteria, and mold by often actually unknowingly poisoning our nature, including ourselves. We've all heard the discussions about the new normal. And what we actually share is a vulnerable, globalized world with more challenges than most of us have ever seen earlier. Into this, you can include that we have close to 50 million detected cases of COVID. We have over 4 million people and patients that each and every year in EU alone will acquire hospital-acquired infections. In addition to that, we can look at billions worth of textile goods that we need to reject due to moisture-related damages before ever reaching you and I. It's taking us at NordShield more than a decade of research and development to achieve our vision. So I'd say we've done our homework quite rigorously. We today have three different NordShield patent families. So needless to say, we put quite a lot of tests and verifications in place to get where we are today. But I'm happy to say that we today have a technology which is ready for several different production processes. We often get the question, obviously, that what's NordShield all about and how does it actually work? NordShield is a natural-based, sustainably produced technology that is extremely flexible. This means, in other words, that we can apply it to a very broad range of different applications, so areas of usage. NordShield captures and eliminates mold, bacteria, and viruses on the treated surfaces. And one of the most important things with the technology is that as it's physical, This means that excuse me, that bugs that are stuck to the surface will not be able to mutate nor become resistant, and this is obviously a tremendous added value. We've all been in touch with antimicrobial solutions earlier, so that there's actually nothing too new about that. But if you dig a bit deeper, and you actually don't have to dig too deep, you will quickly find that there are two main issues related to these solutions. They're either based on toxic heavy metals, or if you by any chance come across a natural product, they're not scalable, or alternatively, they're not efficient enough. So what we managed to do is we've been able to combine best of both worlds. So both by performance and by the goodness of goodness for the planet. And as you can see from this slide, we do tick the boxes. NordShield is, just as the headline says, it's a unique combination of naturality and power. And the choice actually now lies with the companies around the world to choose wisely and to join us in achieving the best tomorrow. Before I was introduced to NordShield some close 6 years ago, I had absolutely no understanding about the mold being as big an issue for the textile industry as it actually is. Just to get some perspective, again through an example, one very well-known global fashion brand discharges up to 5% of its sneakers annually due to mold-related issues. And this 5% actually translates to over 80 football fields covered with sneakers. So this loss of products corresponds also to over 10,000 Finnish people's annual salaries, just to get some perspective on the overall issue. And it doesn't actually stop there, because obviously we have an indirect challenge with it, and that is related to having to compensate for the products that these companies will lose due to these mold-related issues. And this is just one example, so I think it's actually quite staggering. And still remaining with the mold issue, we actually use up to 160,000 plastic bags every second. The fashion industry is one of the big users of the products, which they call polybags, and these are generally used for the protection against mold. In combination with this, we also see a lot of so-called silica bags, desiccants, which you will find in each and every plastic bag where you have the garment packed, and those are just as big an environmental issue as the plastic products. I'm a father to two absolutely fantastic kids, and I've realized that many things that I used to categorize as normal, I today actually see as dangerous, and I'm sure a lot of you share my view on that. I'm looking at a significant risk in the form of the pandemic, which is being transferred through, well, amongst others, surfaces and just common things like textiles, which I don't think any one of us was thinking about earlier. So, as I mentioned earlier, regarding how NordShield works, it does prevent the spreading of both bacteria and viruses at the source. And if I again look at examples of the usage from, for example, face masks, which are a hot topic today, we are all highly aware of the fact that we should and shall only use them once. But unfortunately, we also know that this isn't always the case. We take it off, we place it on a table, we put them on again. These are just examples for where the pathogens actually will come in contact with the surfaces and potentially spread spread forward from there. So looking at how NordShield can support and help against this issue is that we do provide a protection. So each and every surface that you treat with NordShield will actually give you this antimicrobial protective layer. It's really easy to integrate into the production processes, and we have significant proof that it works very, very efficiently against a broad spectrum of both mold, viruses, and bacteria. When you have the privilege to work with nature and have nature as your business partner, you can be sure that the design really has been through quite a development process over quite some time. So what we did was to utilize nature's own design and develop it into being easily integrated into the manufacturing process to make it widely available. And this enables both more sustainable production and the decreasing of the chemical load for both workers and the environment, because obviously working with these different antimicrobial current technologies and earlier technologies, the workers and the staff is always a very, very important part of the overall setup. So we're looking at minimizing the ecological footprint. That's basically our core task. And I personally see the NordShield technology as serving the current megatrends pretty well. All consumers are today striving for sustainability and naturality, and I believe that we're all interested in products that are both safer and also more appealing that way to both you and I and actually our customers as well. I don't think anyone is interested in covering themselves with harmful chemicals, which unfortunately has been the solution until today. And we all know that some of these will eventually absorb through our skin and into our bodies, and even into a life that some of you may be carrying. So renewable substances will ensure that we actually don't take, but we give. And as we give, and by our technology being biodegradable, we actually leave nothing but goodness behind us. So in cooperation with the right companies, I very much look forward to building the best tomorrow today. Thank you, and I hope you all stay safe.
Thank you, Kristoffer. There is quite many questions for you online. Hopefully you are able to answer them later on, but now I will ask one from the online. What has been the reception, for example, the textile industry to your solution?
As I mentioned, we do tick the boxes with regards to not only the textile industry, but also if you look at the personal care and the medical industries, there is a global trend on phasing out heavy metals, including silver. So as we are able to present a product or a technology solving a major issue for you mentioned the textile industry with the mold-related issues, the reception has been extremely positive. So we're working everything from with customers and prospects from everything from Helsinki to Finland to New Zealand and Brazil. So it's global. It has been globally recognized as a very interesting technology.
Thank you, Kristoffer. I'm looking forward also your impact to this global well-being, because you have quite a nice solution.